You mentioned doing your homework, and if investors have been doing their homework for one particular company, Tesla, they would have seen one particular peculiar SEC filing pop up where Tesla announced that CEO Elon Musk and CFO Zach Kirkhorn will be receiving new titles, the Technoking of Tesla and the Master of Coin.
A Techno King. I don't know if he's trolling us. I'm not sure what to make of that.
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So Elon Musk and Tesla are at it once again, being world-class trolls. We've heard through a new filing this morning that Elon Musk will henceforth be known as the Techno King of Tesla. I'm not actually joking. And Zach Kirkhorn, Chief Financial Officer, is now the Master of Coin. Also not joking. So in this video, I'll be reacting to some of the mainstream finance media's reactions to this obvious troll, and I'll also be countering some truly ridiculous FUD that has surfaced recently, which I can only assume has originated from some basement in somebody's mum's home there with an adult virgin sitting behind the keyboard, once again really angry that their Tesla short has cost them their entire life savings. Not that that would have made much of a difference anyway, because they were already living in their mum's basement even before they started shorting Tesla, and by the way, of course, these are all assumptions. Please do your own research. So I'll be fighting some of that FUD as well, because I cannot let this shit slide. And I don't know if you guys have realized yet, but the mainstream media, particularly in the United States of America, is extremely corrupt. You know, I hate to say it, but fake news, he was actually right. So let's get into the video. But first, hey guys, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
You mentioned doing your homework, and if investors have been doing their homework for one particular company, Tesla, they would have seen one particular peculiar SEC filing pop up where Tesla announced that CEO Elon Musk and CFO Zach Kirkhorn will be receiving new titles, the Techno King of Tesla and the Master of Coin.
Yeah, kind of a interesting, Game of Thrones thing there. Look, he's a masterful promoter, and he's a fabulous operator. There are very few people who've been able to do both. He's probably the best I've ever seen.
I really want to applaud Elon Musk and Tesla for having both the sense of humor and the balls to do something about it and have a little bit of fun with these titles and troll everybody. Now, just for the record, should Elon Musk or Zach Kirkhorn ever appear in court in the future, guess how they'll be referred to? That's right, the Master of Coin and the Techno Lord of Tesla. I just can't wait for the next frivolous lawsuit where this actually happens. By the way, guys, just to give you some insight, my understanding, my best guess, which is all it is, I assume Techno King is a little bit of a merging of a couple of concepts there. Techno as in technology, King as in CTO, as in Chief Technology Officer, that kind of role. And also a little bit of a hybrid there, mixing in a little bit of techno. We know Elon Musk's big on music, talking about the rave cave under Giga Berlin, all this kind of stuff. So I think that's where that comes. And Zach Kirkhorn, Chief Financial Officer, fairly obvious there. Master of coin, master of money, financial resources, and not only fiat, but also Bitcoin.
Notice he's not P.T. Barnum. That's a guy who was just a promoter. He is a promoter who causes a lot of attention because he doesn't take himself too seriously, makes a great car, is for the premier operator in that industry. He has convinced us that this is a technology company, which it is. And I'm in awe of him. I think he's done a remarkable job. If you're not in awe of him, I don't know. I mean, you want to dismiss this as just more Techno King of Tesla. It's like, oh, what a clown. But he is anything but a clown. He's a guy who makes it exciting. There's nothing the matter with that. And I find everything he says to be of import, even when he's just having fun. You know, I mentioned in the long piece this morning where I like Tesla stock and how it's up dramatically. I'm not backing away. I think Tesla stock is I'm not going to say it's inexpensive. That doesn't matter. It's not inexpensive or expensive. I think it's a buy.
I'm in complete agreement with Jim Cramer here. As many of you guys will know, I've been consistently purchasing Tesla stock for the last 5 years in a row, including and up to this month, March 2021. So obviously, based on my own actions and a long-term investment horizon, I also think Tesla stock is a buy, and I won't be surprised if we see a 5 to 10x in valuation over the next decade.
and I think that one of the things that we've learned over tech investing over time is the notion of expensive versus inexpensive is a false dichotomy when it comes to tech, and Tesla is a tech company.
And now it's time to move on to some more reactions to this news out of Tesla, the trolling, and also for me to counter a little bit more FUD that's appeared out of nowhere over the weekend. Now, just to give you guys some really quick background here, I'm actually going to remove the word that occurs occasionally in relation to Tesla in some of the FUD because, long story short, Google will transcribe this video, those keywords will appear in searches, I don't want to contribute to this bullshit spreading. So, with that said, the word that's missing rhymes with row, row, row your boat, or something along those lines.
Okay, let's pivot to another story. We've been talking about it all morning. Elon Musk and Tesla, Emily, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to think anymore. You know, you always say don't bet against Elon Musk. The man's a genius marketer, genius engineer. However, he's now calling himself the king. He's got a new title. He's got a new title for his CFO. A techno king. I don't know if he's trolling us. I'm not sure what to make of that.
Obviously, Tesla are having some fun, joking around and being trolls, okay? Nobody's going to mistake this for anything other than that, except maybe if they're so blinded by their rage, hatred, and anger for having short a Tesla stock and lost their entire life savings being completely dead fucking wrong about the company. Then you might hear from some of those people saying things like, this is so unprofessional, Elon Musk should be removed as CEO, this is just not responsible, these kind of comments as well. Everyone else about that's pretty funny.
Meanwhile, there's now a lawsuit out there about his tweets from some shareholders.
Here comes the FUD tsunami. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but as a Tesla shareholder, if you want, you can be a dickhead too and file a lawsuit against Tesla and make the news cycle if you've got good enough press, PR, or CNBC, etc. just really have a slow news day and they want to slap a little bit of FUD around the place. This is what's happened in this case. This is somebody who probably, but I don't have any evidence for this, so do your own research, probably lives in their mum's basement and is mad that Elon Musk's brain is bigger than theirs, therefore they're suing the company. And what I really mean is they probably shorted Tesla stock, or they're being paid by an oil company, somebody else, etc. Okay? This stuff is quite common. The fact that it makes the news is quite disturbing. And what's even more disturbing still is on Friday when CNBC broke this news, they surmised and presumed that the SEC was suing Elon Musk and later had to correct that statement. Very irresponsible. This is an individual investor, a basement-dwelling adult virgin in all likelihood, not the SEC. So I don't even understand why this made the news, nor why it's being mentioned again today. Oh wait, yes, I understand why, because fear, uncertainty, and doubt, if it bleeds, it leads. Got to have a bit of controversy, otherwise there's nothing to talk about.
And there's news that unfortunately, hundreds of Tesla workers had tested positive for COVID at those reopened plants over the last year.
All right, time to extinguish this FUD. Now, I'm going to lay off the adult virgin jokes on this one as they may hit a little close to home. Shout out to Plainsight. If you don't get it, too bad. Over the weekend, the Washington Post smeared Tesla's reputation with some absolute horseshit FUD reporting suggesting that hundreds of workers at the Fremont factory tested positive to rowing their boats gently up the stream, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, I hate to say this, but I am going to say this. These types of publications, yes, I'm naming the Washington Post specifically. I could also name a dozen other publications. As I said, the media is corrupt and a lot of it really is fake news. But we'll just focus on the Washington Post. The Washington Post irresponsibly implied that there were hundreds of people that fell ill because big bad Elon Musk here defied these county orders, reopened the factory, blah, fucking blah, blah, blah. These numbers mean nothing whatsoever without any context, such as what period of time were those numbers over, and also, even more importantly, how many people work at the Tesla factory in Fremont. Answer to that is around 10,000. That means the infection rate was around 4.5%. We don't know anything. This is not enough information to make a judgment. What else do we need to know? Here's a good one. The infection rate within the county itself, where the actual factory is. Funnily enough, 4.5%. So this is no news, right? Infection rate at Fremont factory is the same as the infection rate in the county that the Fremont factory is in. Okay? You get it? Literally nothing special about the Tesla factory. They have the same rate of infection as outside the factory. Therefore, this is not news. But of course, the Washington Post likes to prey on the, how do I say this? The bell curve, it's real. Their audience skews probably one direction. Just saying, they're not going to dig too much. They're going to look at that number, 450 people, oh my god! And not actually think, hang on, what's 450 out of 10,000? 4.5%. What's the infection rate in the county? Oh, 4.5%. Oh, okay, nothing to worry about here. Let's move along. Now, I'm about to say something that's as controversial as it is accurate, so brace for impact. If you'd like to discover If there's people out in the world today that are dangerously stupid, like the kind of people that it's unsafe to be near because they're so dumb they might do something that could be injurious to you or others, they're just so stupid that it's not safe to be around them, the kind of person that might just decide to light a cigarette next to an open gas leak, that, just dangerously stupid people. Here's how you can identify some dangerously stupid people today. Jump onto your favorite social network of choice, maybe something like Twitter. Search for some people retweeting this headline about Tesla, evil Elon Musk infecting all these workers, etc., who are hating on Elon and or hating on the Tesla company, the factory itself, anything to do with Tesla they're hating because of this headline, because they haven't actually realized that the infection rate inside and out the factory is the same, and this is non-news. Now, this is really important. This is a great way to discover people who literally are mentally impaired. And I mean this, by the way. I actually mean that. Psychologically, there is an impediment to these people thinking clearly and judging reasonably, okay? It is unreasonable for anybody to be hating on Elon or Tesla because people within their factory had the same rate of infection as without their factory, okay? That's not a controversial thing to say. That is a fair statement. Yet the fact that there are people who are outraged at this is just a demonstration of how little digging they're willing to do and or how incredibly dopey they are as a person.
How should we be thinking about Mr. Musk in these times?
How should we be thinking about Mr. Musk in any times, Andrew? I think that he always surprises us. This is not the first time that he's run into any trouble with what he's tweeting. We had some issues a couple years ago where he got it dinged by the SEC for his tweets about the company and potential deals that it had. And he kind of likes to shock and surprise. So in some ways, I think this is normal behavior for him. But I think we've kind of gotten used to treating Tesla as its own unique company. That doesn't mean that it's not above the law. It doesn't mean that Elon Musk shouldn't be thinking about what he's tweeting. But, he's always saying shocking and surprising things. Some of his investors love it. And then there are all the investors that are shorting the stock. So I think it continues with the story that we've seen from him.
Dan, do you think a judge at some point is going to really throw the book at this guy? And when I mean that in the context of this lawsuit.
Can you guys start to get a sense of how easily short sellers can tarnish the reputation of a company and potentially impact the stock price? Literally, an individual investor living in their mum's basement, either hating on the company or being paid by a big firm who hates on the company, by the way, not suggesting that's the case in this situation, just as an example. A single individual investor can file a lawsuit, sue Tesla, then get themselves into the news cycle and have the talking heads on CNBC and other networks repeatedly discussing this lawsuit as if to say Elon Musk has done something wrong.
I mean that in the context of these workers testing positive.
I don't know about a judge. I mean, look, the thing that Emily brought up, the SEC a couple years ago when Musk claimed he had a deal with Saudi Arabia that he didn't actually have. I was surprised at the time the SEC didn't come a little harder because that was kind of a very clear case and they could have thrown the book. The COVID thing is interesting. The question would be if there was some sort of violation of safety protocols, if there was something he did that was illegal that actually caused real harm, and did anybody die, which I don't think we necessarily know.
So there we have it, folks. Elon Musk and Tesla continue to show that they're actual human beings with actual senses of humor, having a little bit of fun and trolling everybody with their new titles within Tesla, and the mainstream finance media continues to earn the title of being fake news. Irresponsibly, despicably, disgustingly, unethically, immorally regurgitating rubbish about a frivolous lawsuit and some non-event at the Fremont factory. I really wish I didn't need to make these videos sometimes, but I cannot stand seeing the FUD out in the mainstream finance media that could cost investors huge amounts of money. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think the news media in the United States in particular is corrupt, full of fake news? It's easy enough for a short seller to get a story into the news whether it's based on reality or not? Or am I completely deluded and the news media are generally doing their best effort to report unbiasedly on what's going on with Tesla? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.